Bravely Default 2 is coming to Steam. That's interesting. That's not really relevant to this stream, but it's true. I had to launch Steam and it told me all about it. I need to change the name. I was gonna start doing like jokey, like over the top, like Twitch names to see if it gets people to join. Wow, crazy Halo gameplay is gonna be the name of the stream now, because you're not gonna believe how crazy this gameplay is. It's gonna be exact. It's the gameplay hasn't changed. It's just nobody's clicking on my Twitch stream, so I'm trying a new naming convention. It's gonna be fun. Yo, Ace Attorney Chronicles purchase to get concept art. Sweet. I thought it was real funny. I saw a Nintendo Switch advertisement today or yesterday, and it was like all the best games are on Switch, and then it showed 3 games. It showed Skyward Sword HD, The World Ends With You Neo, and Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, which are all like Skyward Sword's a 10-year-old game. Ace Attorney Chronicles is like a 5 to 10 is an old 3DS game in Japan, but just made over here. And The World Is With You Neo is a new game, but it's kind of like World Ends With You, which so like none of those are like oh yeah. Oh, you can see Doggo in the background, so that's cool. All right, we're getting the game launched. Getting the game launched. Oh, it asked me if I wanted to play it with mods or not, and I forgot to say that I do. I forgot we made that the background. Oh, that's funny. That's really funny. Oh, we have alerts. Okay, whatever. Game. Okay, background. Oh, wow, hey! Okay, game's up. I'm gonna change the background image file. Browse. It's gonna be something else stupid, but not that. I'm looking through my list of literally just images I have saved at all. Ooh, I know what I want. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Sizing, fit, fill, stretch. Yeah, stretch, I like stretch. There we go, from Sonic Mania. That's Green Hill Zone. You can't really tell, but I like that. Here we go. Oh, my phone's dying. We gotta stick that in. Alright, so last time we left off, I promised I would play Big Team Battle, and then I played like one match, and it was a million years long, and I remembered why I stopped doing that. And then we played one competitive game of Halo 4, and I did okay. I won, despite the fact that I still have my rank from like last time I played this, like 6 months ago. My rank of 15, which is not like, I think 50 is the max. Like 15 is not like amazing, but it was still better than I feel like I currently am, and yet we did fine. So we're now 14 wins away from completing the seasonal Halo 4 ranked challenge, which I figure we might as well work on since, we can like get other challenges at the same time, but like I can't get ranked Halo 4 wins in social games. One of the challenges is to get. I thought I heard the GameCube intro for a second. I think I hallucinated that. That's funny. I've noticed I've got to stop saying that's funny. Oh my god, it's Squad Extraction on Exile, which is like the thing we were just doing. Anyways, there's the light. This is what I control my ceiling fan with. So ceiling fan's on. The window's a little bit open, so you might be able to hear the great outdoors if you listen closely. We're already almost 5 minutes into the stream. What in the world? I mean, I guess I was streaming while I launched the game. Jeez, Pete, we haven't even gotten into a match yet. Ooh, I gotta turn the volume up. I don't know if that turns it up for you guys or not, or if it's like set in stone. Whatever. Okay, we're gonna actually pay attention from the first moment this time, instead of waiting until halfway through the match to start paying any attention to what's going on. Alright, let's get this bread. It's a... Ooh. We're getting in there. We're planting. Oh, I should explain extraction for everybody who doesn't understand it. So when you start out, there's the A point and the B point, and you can plant a bomb. Both teams, anyone, can plant a bomb at either. But then that bomb has to be defended, and if the enemy... So I planted that bomb there. The enemy team can come in there and convert the bomb. When the bomb explodes, the team gets a point. And then a new point, the point C, will open up once one of these points explodes. So you kind of like keep hopping all over the map. Oh, and they converted our point. You can see there's 10 seconds on A. They just converted B, so there's 40 seconds. It resets the timer every time somebody converts it. So we're probably not going to get A. Oh, awkward. So I'm going to just run it. B. Well, actually, I can capture the newly discovered point C. We want to get that timer going because it's 45 seconds. You have to defend it. Okay, we're getting them, we got them. Alright. Oh, I was sprinting, that was awkward. Okay, that was bad, but, you know. Ooh, my drink is, sweating. I swear, we have 3 of these cups. They were not stolen, but, given to us. That's just the large drink cup at Which local sandwich place. Well, not a sandwich place. Cute name for a sandwich place. We've only been twice, and the first time we got 2 of those, and the second time we got 1. Which is funny, because they're like our biggest cups. We use them a lot. They're nice cups. They're surprisingly... Like, they've lasted us now years. Even though they were just from, like, a restaurant. Like, there's no, like, chipping or whatever. So that's incredible, truly. But what I mean to say is we have 3 of those, and you've been seeing me drink out of them for... several nights now, but I promise you it's a different cup every night. Not that anyone cares or has noticed. Wow, that was bad. Just throwing a grenade kind of in the wrench works of that. Alright, here we go. Oh, can we get a headshot? No, we can't. How's the points doing? The points are bad. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. The points straight up suck. And they keep getting worse. Alright, let's see if we can cap A. Can we do it? Oh, he was planting the bomb, but now he's not. That felt good. We have an assassination seasonal challenge or a weekly challenge or something. Booyah, bingo, bango, bongo. There's some grenades up there. Yes, we got an assist. We take those. Oh, can we get him? Can we headshot him? No? So we're just going to hide behind this rock and let our health get back, because we got to keep this point captured. We can still win, but it's physically possible for us to win. It's, however, extremely unlikely. Got stuck with a plasma grenade, and now they're going to... Oh. Here's the good news, folks. We are going to lose this match. And then our rank is going to go down. Which, okay, stay with me. Which then means we'll get matched against worse players, which apparently I need. Okay, that was a sick railgun kill, though, and it counted towards our weekly explosive challenge. So I don't hear any flack from anybody about that. At least I got a couple cool railgun kills there at the end, but yowza, that was rough. Hoogie Doogie. Hoogie Doogie, that's right, you heard me right, folks. The name's Doogie. Hoogie Doogie. Is Hoogie Doogie like a cousin of Dookie Juice, do you think? Wow. More bots continue to follow me on Twitch, which, like, I guess I'll take. Like, it's better than nothing. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, they were like a team. Wait, no, we were a team. They had 2 Memento Moris, or 3 Memento Moris on the team. We had 3 Last Resorts, and a lot of good... I like that Halo Reach Nose 12 there doesn't have the right shade of red on his little crescent moon to fit in with the rest of his clan. At first I was going to commend them on their coordination, but... And then those 2 have the, like, same, like, sword-crossed eagle, but then different backgrounds, and then Jelofu there just is doing his own thing. Well, I think it's ranked, so I don't think we'll get matched with the same people ever. Squad CTF. Okay, you gotta have your flag at home to score. Which makes sense. That's kind of how more professional, more competitive CTF works. Continue to play a little bit of Dead by Daylight. It's kind of a slow game. It's kind of a slow game of tag, is what it is. So I kind of like to just play one match at a time. Like, get my daily challenge done and kind of log out. You think anybody will join me? No. Wait, oh, you want to join me? Yeah, let's get them. Let's get them. We're on a vehicle. I mean, this is what you're supposed to do in CTF, is roll up, and then while holding the flag, you can ride shotgun. So that's what you're supposed to do. Oh my god, just like that. It's happening. It's really happening. I mean, they have our flag, so we can't score. Oh no. I kind of stopped talking there for a second because I was really using 110% of my brain to try to drive the flag back, and it's high stakes stuff. And then just a tank. Just a frickin' tank. Oh, that's crazy. What was I supposed to do there? Here we go, here we go. Oh my god, I can't believe that worked. He blew up his own vehicle, but you know, I forced him to blow up his own vehicle. That was a tense encounter. Okay, that was never gonna go anywhere. That's okay. That's okay. CTF. One thing I've always liked about objective modes in shooters is that your kill-death ratio becomes less important. Which means it's easier to just play the game and kind of feel it out. I mean, it does make it a little less contextual sometimes, the killing. But, I mean, actually, it's like, it disincentivizes just high kill counts and playing objective, which is more context, but also sometimes, like, I don't want to think about it. But what I'm trying to say is that if you are playing a game and you're sweating about your kill-death ratio, or you don't want to have to feel guilty about your kill-death ratio, playing objective modes is nice for that. So, if you're a new player to a game, you may be tempted to play Team Deathmatch because it's the simplest game mode. There's no objective to worry about. However, if you are new to a game, I would encourage you to try the objective modes because you can contribute in meaningful ways without having to learn the game's mechanics in depth. Alright, let's get the flag and get in to the afterlife, I guess. Oh, we're wearing the Mark 7 helmet. That's nice. That's nice. This is fun. It's a fun match. This is 6v6, which is kind of the standard. Ooh, I didn't do that well. There's two guys. I kind of picked my targets poorly. The standard Halo multiplayer fare is 4v4, but then Big Team Battle is 8v8. So this is kind of somewhere in between. That's why we're getting more big maps, big objectives, vehicles than we do in the standard kind of 4v4 modes. Although, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to just go play normal Halo after this. I mean, I want to work on my seasonal challenge, but the important thing is to have fun. Really. Although maybe I'll just play a couple matches of Halo and then try to stream something novel, like Apex. Well, novel to me. The idea with streaming Fortnite last night was that it has more viewers on Twitch. I thought maybe I'd get, like, another viewer or two, and I didn't. So that was not, like, a huge bummer or anything, but it kind of disincentivized me from choosing my game based on popularity. However, I still think I'd like to try streaming some Apex or streaming some Warzone, just because it's different and it's fun, and I want to see how it treats me and kind of affects my monologuing abilities. And you know, whatever. It's fun to try new things. So maybe we'll do that. Maybe I'll try and do... I've always loved the idea of the double feature. Not that I've seen a lot of double features, but I like something about the concept of pairing two things together that maybe weren't even intended to go together. Because it opens up a lot of possibilities. When you see two movies back to back, you kind of associate them together in your mind. I like to do this with... I used to be more of a... Ooh, yo. I read those right over. I used to be more of a extroverty host for my college friend group, and I would host double feature nights, and only a couple, but one of them was, for example, Pulp Fiction and then Inglourious Bastards back to back, which makes a lot of sense, right? Yeah, arguably, if you're going to sit down and watch some Quentin Tarantino movies, those are the best top two that you would want to do. Right? And Quentin Tarantino himself was kind of, into classic film and Roadhouse, or Grindhouse, and the double feature, as seen in, like, his, Death, whatever. You either know about this or you don't. And another was, for Halloween, I like to do a Halloween double feature, or I like to do one spooky, or, like, one cute spooky and one scary movie, and I think that's fun. It's a nice palate cleanser. And so the way we did that was we watched the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which admittedly we thought would be scary, and it's kind of campy, not even campy, but just 70s-y now. And then What We Do in the Shadows after that. So I associate those two movies in my mind, which is fun and unique, and I guarantee you nobody else, when somebody's like, What We Do in the Shadows, that cute faux mockumentary about vampires with Taika Waititi. Nobody's like, oh yeah, and the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre film from the 70s. I've not been thinking about the objective. That's kind of why I wanted to play Halos, because I could just go into autopilot, but golly, I should maybe actually start thinking about it. Or switch to a mode that's lower stakes. So, all that to say, perhaps I'll be doing double features. Like last night, I enjoyed streaming both Fortnite and Halo. So, maybe that's not something to shy away from, the switching of games on stream. I mean, obviously, nobody's like, oh, but Alex, you're a Halo streamer. Whatever, I don't have an established identity. Nobody watches this. I think it'll be fun. So, stick around. I think I want to try Apex, because I only ever really give it a fair shake on console. That's right, I'm answering your text message. Give me the 5 years and I'll stop. How long is left in this match? Good God, this is going to go on forever. I guarantee you this is lasting the next 7 minutes. But I don't want to quit because that's uncouth, and it's ranked, so that'll hurt my team. I'm not a butthole. Is this the first match we got into? Am I really gonna quit after the first match? Yes. Yes, I am. Look, I'm taking a bullet for the team, literally. Oh boy. Alright, I'm gonna escort our carrier. So, sorry about the flag and whatnot. Oh, here we go. Here's my chance to prove myself. Wow, we did it! We killed the enemy Mantis. Excellent. Oh, I tried to get out of the Wraith, and it just didn't. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. Here we go. Okay, we're escorting him. We are... Oh, yeah, this isn't the first... Okay, I completely forgot about the extraction match. That is how little of my brain I was using. I thought that was a headshot. Oh, well. Clearly it wasn't. Oh, my God. Shock the Hawk, 2-viewer raid this minute. What does that mean? Shock the Hawk is raiding with a party of 2. I don't know what a Twitch raid is. Good lord. Well, welcome. Twitch raid, party of 2. That seems like that's the smallest possible party you could raid with. Why is that guy not a... Oh, that's a hologram. I'm stupid. Fun. Interesting. I'll have to educate myself on Twitch terminology. Whoa! Oh, we almost ran that guy over. We almost ran that guy over. There are 4 minutes left in the match. To be fair, we're only down by 1, so it's not like the craziest thing in the world to see if we can still clutch this out. Oh, we didn't get him. We didn't get him. Not too late. Yo, 3 viewers. 3 viewer hype. That's pretty high for me. We're going... I guess we should go after the bad guys and try to kill them. I mean, I know that seems obvious, but like my first instinct is to defend the Mr. Flag. How about I just get shot, just directly shot? That would be cool. That would be pretty cool. Twitch raids. Thank you, Shock the Hawk. I suspect you're a bot just because, everyone that's... I'm pretty sure everyone that's tuned into my Twitch stream that I don't know in real life has been a bot. But that doesn't detract from the value. I will take any amount of bots. I'll take an army of bots watching my Twitch stream. The robots deserve love and affection just as much as the humans. I always think that's kind of funny how it's like, in like science fiction, people are always like abusing robots, and in real life people like worship their Roomba or whatever. Wow, that was a perfect... We both perfectly shot each other. Oh, that's fun. You go. We were evenly matched. It was like an anime or something when like the pro tag uses the moves the sensei taught him, or I don't know. I don't watch that much anime. Back down to 2 viewers. Goodbye, viewer number 3. Sorry you couldn't handle it. You know, they weren't strong enough. We're gonna have a small, but... Oh, we didn't kill him! Grenades. Okay, wow. We're gonna have the best small Twitch viewer base of all time. I'm looking at you, viewer number 2. You stick around, you're gonna undergo apotheosis. Join the pantheon of people who watch this Twitch stream. It's like Chad. It's like the Chad versus Virgin meme. You are the Chad. You're not the... Oh. I guess I'm the sad Wojak. Golly, I hate Wojak memes. I mean, I don't hate them. It's just like... This is just rage faces from like 10 years ago. Like... I remember when we all did that, the black and white faces that you slap on everything. We thought it was real funny. I mean, it's a little more funny than that. Also, I hate memes that are like, girls do boring thing, boys do interesting thing. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, sure. In 2021, cool. Oh, I wanted a thing. Wow, I'm turbo dead. He extremely killed me. Holy moly. We got CQ Art in the chat. Account created August 23rd. 0 messages, 0 timeouts, 0 bans, 0 mod comments. Profile picture of a human adult woman. Oh, yeah, sorry, man. I was going to raid with a bigger amount of people. They must have stopped watching my stream when I said I was done. Oh, hey, no worries. I don't... I'm not... Look, literally 1 viewer is, like, huge for me. like, that's... I don't think I've ever had somebody in the chat that wasn't a bot or that I didn't know in real life, so congratulations. Yo, Spartan Laser kill, we take those. Are you a Halo YouTuber, Halo streamer yourself, Shock the Hawk? That makes sense, because that's what this is, but I don't want to assume. Oh, can we splazer him? Oh, Oh, almost. We almost got him. We almost got him, boys. We almost got him. I'm checking out Shock the Hawk. Account created February 25, 2021. Yeah, you're way less likely to be a bot than CQ Art. Oh no, now I'm listening to myself on Twitch. That's terrible. I'm trying to figure out what you stream. Untitled stream. Shock the Hawk. I'm starting out streaming. I love to play video games. Wow, your Twitch page looks way better than mine. I don't know how you have, like... I don't know how to get, like, styles on, like, sections of the thing. Wow, 5 viewers! 5 viewers? I said I would... I've been joking for days now that I would stop checking my phone at 5 Twitch viewers. So you've done it. I'm free. The curse is lifted. Or rather, the curse has started. The curse of me not being able to check my phone. That's amazing. Wow. All right. Well, I was gonna like switch to Apex after that match, just because like nobody had been watching. Oh, we're back down to 4. I can check my phone again. According to Twitch, anyways. My understanding, I saw somewhere recently that the Twitch. The Twitch like viewer estimate is not always super accurate. No, we were with Last Resort against Memento Mori again, twice in a match. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know, I am gonna switch to Apex. I'm just feeling it. I'm just vibing on it. Apparently renaming to... Okay, so we're gonna call this WoW Crazy Apex Gameplay. And we're gonna be playing Apex Legends. I'm typing it into the bar. Watch as a young man literally learns how to use Twitch for the very first time. Oh no, I have to launch Origin and the power went out, so it's going to forget my password, and I don't know my password. Select a category. Okay, Apex Legends. Wow, this is really helping the momentum I had of the like 4 viewers I had for a singular second. But whatever, I don't do it for the cloud, I do it for me. And I do it for you, viewer number 2. Which may or may not be Shock the Hawk at this point. Thank you, random citizen. We're launching Apex. At least I think. I don't actually know how to play Apex Legends. True story. I don't know how to play any of this game. It may or may not be me. Oh, thank you for sticking around, Shock the Hawk. That's excellent. That's crazy. You were like literally. I'm gonna like tell legends of my first ever real in the wild Twitch viewer I got. I'd be curious to know what games you stream. I've been kind of like playing around with what games to do because I kind of just do this for me. I don't really care, but also I would like for people to watch sometimes. Oh, there you can see the Green Hill, the full Green Hill zone from the background I use. All right, Apex Legends. WoW Crazy Apex Gameplay. There we go. Wow, I haven't played Apex in a hot minute, so there's going to be some new things I don't know about. Like a cutscene that I'm going to skip because I'm assuming everyone on Twitch has already seen it. Yo, 5 viewers, let's... Oh, I like looked at the overlay and it said 5 viewers and it instantly said 2, so that's fun. We got Shock the Hawk. We got Shock the Hawk on our team. We are unstoppable. This is going to be the most blessed first game anyone's ever played of Apex Legends. Fill team, crossplay. Oh man, I don't even know what any of this is. Let's just get into a match. I don't know what the buttons are. I got an Apex pack. And everybody's always complaining about Apex. I know they took out a tap strafing. We got an epic skin. That's pretty neat. And we didn't even have anything for that. Same with that. Wow, this is great. Wow, that really worked out. I'm assuming you get an Apex pack every time you put down the game for a whole year and then come back to it. I haven't played this since the last time I played this was on a PS4, which we haven't had a PS4 in like a year because we sold it to get the Series X. So that's a while ago. Arrows? There's a bow? Wow, I haven't played Apex in a while. That's crazy. Apex doesn't seem to want me to alt-tab out when I'm in the middle of playing it. Which I guess is a reasonable thing to get upset at, or at least when I'm in the middle of a loading screen anyways. Do we have any chat messages? No, okay. Did it crash it? Can anybody hear me? Oh no. I'm going to pull out my phone app to check out how my Twitch stream looks, because things are looking a little weird from inside the Apex loading screen. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's fine. Maybe it's fine. Is it fine? I don't know. Current crafting rotations. What? So I forgot it's only 60 players compared to the Hundo in Fortnite and the Hundo 50 in Warzone. So a lot of just wild stuff. Okay. Error. Connection to server timed out. Alright, well, let's give it one more shot, folks, and then I guess we'll go play Warzone or something. During 8 heartbeat sensor. Hey, I've played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 before. Okay, well this already sounds better. I'm getting audio at least. You know, I wonder if it's because I have the game installed on an external hard drive, and it's sad about that. But then again, the PS4 and Xbox One are only hard drives, so those aren't, like, amazing either. Yeah, this is awesome. We might just have to go play Warzone. I don't know. This truly is crazy Apex gameplay. Yeah, the screen's changing. Is this it? Are we playing? Oh my god. I think I took so long to load, it just defaulted to Gibraltar for me because I took too long. Oh no. I have a good computer, I swear. Am I the jump master? Why are we just floating? Wow, I wasn't kidding about crazy Apex gameplay. Wow, alright, well, we're not playing Apex, I guess. Sorry, everybody. I know everyone was really hot to watch me switch to Apex, but, that ain't it. Alright, you cross that off the list. I have a list of games I think people would like to see me stream. And that's not it. And people may like... I have a list of games that are popular on Twitch that I also own or know how to play or whatever. Alright, well... all crazy gameplay. I mean, like, I'm not gonna, play League of Legends because I don't like MOBAs. Like, I'm not a complete, insidious, just chasing the meta. Like, I actually do like Battle Royale games. If you just type in Warzone, it's like, what are you talking about? I mean, Call of Duty Warzone. Come on, Twitch. Meet me halfway here. Oh boy, I launched Warzone, seconds ago. Okay, here we go. It's launching, it's, not... Also, I have the, Black Ops Cold War Battle Pass, so I guess I'm entitled to the Warzone. Oh yeah, here it is, folks. The, just the launcher loading screen. Would you like the game to configure itself optimally with new settings? Yeah, fine, whatever. I find that Warzone / Modern Warfare on my PC, I have a powerful PC, but it still always has weird settings, or, looks weird, or runs bad, or whatever. But it's been a while, and I'm sure it's been updated a lot. I know Raven Software has been primarily working on Warzone for a while. Oh yeah, we get to accept some stuff. Oh yeah, I forgot about the, tactical clicky noises you're constantly getting. No, I don't want two-factor authentication. I just want to play a video game. But yeah, I forgot that everything that's in Black Ops Cold War is also in Warzone, which means Warzone's gotten several new guns since the last time I played. Oh gosh, I only ever played a couple matches after Black Ops Cold War came out, just because I thought it was so weird that it has everything in it. Update requires restart. Great. And I swear every time I launch this game, it's got to install some shaders. This is great. Wow. I'm spending my whole... Like, I can only really stream like an hour and a half a night. I'm spending the whole time... You know what? Maybe we'll just go back to Halo. Maybe we'll just go back to Halo. This is a disaster. This isn't content at all. Should I have launched the game once ever before trying to stream it? Maybe. I did spend all day installing this. Like, it took a hot second. And yet, here we are. I can't believe Viewer number 2 hasn't quit out yet. Alright, we're going back to Halo, folks, because it worked, because it runs. Wow, crazy. Although, on the other hand, I had some stuff on this list. Let's see. I was going to maybe try Destiny 2. Maybe try Skyrim. Ooh, Rocket League. I do like all of those. Do I have Skyrim installed right now? I know I don't own the special. I do not have Skyrim installed. Well, it's 10 gigs. I mean, that's not like super long, but... I do have Rocket League installed. I can get to a match of that. No, let's just go back to Halo. But, let's do social games instead of ranked games. It happens. I loaded up COD Modern Warfare earlier, and it crashed everything. Yeah, Yep, that's the thing with... That's the thing with all games now. And what's crazy, it's not even just PC games anymore. Like, I tried to get into Plants vs. Zombies Garden for Neighborville because I think it's kind of got a fun aesthetic, and I like that it's a little, more relaxed than like the average shooter. And there's really not that many third-person shooters in general. And also because it's on Game Pass. And that's on Series X. So on Series X, I've been trying to play the 2019's Plants vs. Zombies Garden for Neighborville. And it crashed. Almost without fail, crashes about an hour into playing. Somewhere between, or it'll crash 10 minutes in. It's not even consistent. It just randomly crashes, but, you can't play more than a few hours without it crashing. So I had to just stop. I was enjoying myself, but I had to just stop playing it, because... And that's on console. It's the weird thing. And I guess I think it might be because it was made for Xbox One. But I'm playing it on a Series X, and, 1 out of 100, 1 out of 1,000 games doesn't handle that transition smoothly. And whatever, that's fine. I'm not trying to, dunk on the Series X or on that game. But it's games. I guess games have just gotten complicated enough that it used to be, every PC game you get, or at least, frequently, I bought so many games on Steam. As a 12-year-old or 13, 14-year-old burning Christmas cash, that so many of them would run poorly, or you'd have to tweak the INI, or does it support widescreen or your resolution or your input device or whatever. But it's always that never would happen on an Xbox 360. It would be ludicrous. I remember I went over to somebody's house, another kid's house once when I was 12, 13, and they had a PS3 game that was and they had a PS3 and they had a motocross game for it. And they're like, yeah, we can't play this. Every time you start it up, it just crashes. And looking back, it was probably the disc, but I was just how does that... I was really struck by that. I still remember that. Because I was just how does that even happen? How do you have a console game that just crashes? And now it's console game crashes when you start up. I go, yep, that's just a normal thing that happens. I mean, especially with games like Cyberpunk or No Man's Sky that have notoriously buggy launches in their patch days. Of course there's going to be console crashes. But, it's just weird that it's a normal part of it. Or games freaking out and needing to have their app killed and restarted. That's just a thing that happens now. Oh, this isn't Deathmatch. This is Oddball. Whoops. I didn't even notice. Well, let's get them, boys. I'm a little more in my element here. Oh, I think my team's yelling at me about it. Fun. I love it when my team yells. Wow, that's a guy who actually knew how to use the sniper rifle, huh? Heads up, your overlay's up, we can't see your gameplay. Oh, thank God. And what's funny is that I wasn't getting chat messages because it didn't know to send them to to this screen. So like I'm glad I manually alt-tabbed out and checked the chat just for some reason. Wow, thank you. God bless you. Wow, I usually download and re-upload these streams on my YouTube channel, but this has been a rough one. No, I'm just gonna do its content, whatever. Who cares? 3 viewers, by the way, according to Twitch overlay. So that's pretty nice. Take those. All right, let's get some grenades down this hallway. Okay, is there people up? There's people below. That's okay. I'm on the wrong end of the elevator. Okay, so whip around. Okay, can we get one? Can we get one? We got one. We're back down to 2 viewers. Though, so that's bad, but it's fun. I'm sure you mostly tuned in to the Twitch stream to hear me talk about the minutia of one viewer going in and out. That's really... Maybe I should title it. I should start titling my streams more honestly. Be like, this one's called... Did you just start streaming? Yeah, I just started streaming. I started streaming this week. I stream about an hour and a half a night from about 10 to 11 or 11:30. And yeah, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm using like the Twitch Studio and like a lot of the default settings. And it's like, obviously, like I'm not trying to like make a living. What happens, I played Splitgate because it's free, and I was like, wow, this makes me want to play Halo. And then I was like, I was like, well, really, I was like, I should install Halo on the Xbox. I'm like, well, I have Halo on my PC upstairs. I'm like, oh, I could. Somehow I got the idea that like, oh, that would be. Oh, you know what it is I was FaceTiming or Skyping with my girlfriend, and she got sleepy, and I was like, well, I'm up here, I want to play Halo, and I've got my webcam and microphone turned on, and somehow I was just like, I could just easily Twitch stream this. And so I did, and now I just kind of do that because I like talking to myself a lot. This is, by and large, the most interaction I've gotten from anybody yet. I've gotten pretty used to just logging on and getting one viewer, which is my girlfriend, who kind of leaves it on. Sometimes she'll listen, sometimes she won't, which is good to have that support. But like, it's not like she doesn't like say much in the chat because like she can just text me. So yeah, this is way the most chat action I've gotten, which is really cool. So thanks for sticking around. I'll have to follow your channel. My understanding is that's the common etiquette. I'm not a super social media person or social person at all, so I don't really know, like, yeah, oh wow, okay, well, you're new. Well, your profile looks a lot better than mine does, so I'm going to have to find some kind of, like, template or something. I think mine's just a link to my YouTube channel, which is, like, fine. I thought we would get that melee kill! Oh well. Oh well. It seems like everybody else is just out there playing Slayer. At least I played the objective, and we're winning, so it's fine. Did he just yeet it off the map? Rude. Rude. Alright, let's get the ball. Let's get the ball. Oh, you do... Yeah, well, then there you go. I dabble in some digital craftsmanship, but not a lot of graphic design. By which I mean, like, I kind of know my way around, like, video editing software a little bit, and I kind of know my way around, like, FL Studio a little bit. But, like, I don't actually know how to, like I don't have, like, anything, like, impressive on my resume or whatever. To be fair, that, sniper shot was, like, way overkill. I think I was already, like, about to have my shields pop. But go off. Go off. In fact, that might have been a body shot that killed me. Who knows? Wow, they keep just chucking the ball off the map. Like, I don't know if they're trolling or what. Tell you what, having picked up... hey, alright, we got him. What's my favorite Halo? Oh, man, that's a good question. That is a really good question. And it's probably... Hold up, I made a ranking the other day. Because I also tried to, like, start making a YouTube channel. So my 2 videos I have so far, ranking all the Metroid games and ranking all the Kingdom Hearts games. And the one video is an hour, the other video is 2.5 hours. But I started like writing down all kinds of ideas for other top lists I had. And let's see, one of them. Okay, I have to hold it. Okay, looks like I just did Sonic. I'm trying to remember. Did I? I have a document just called Metroid Prime. Okay, Sorry, you asked what my favorite Halo is. Okay, so remove from matchmaking due to idling. Okay, well, let's run down them real quick. So, okay, Halo 1 was the first one I played. I played it on PC, which is like not the optimal way to play it. I've only recently learned that like the Gearbox port to PC screwed up a lot of things. That the version of the Master Chief Collection is based on that, and that like some of the graphical things aren't the way they were originally intended. Like normal maps only load when you shine a flashlight at them. And that's now the version everyone plays, which is what. Anyways, so I played a lot of Halo 1 as a kid. I loved it to death, and I beat the campaign, and I even played the multiplayer online because the servers were still up when I played it. I bought a legit copy, like a disc off Amazon, even though like it's not that hard to steal. And so I liked that a lot. So I have a lot of love for old Halo 1, and I actually like would fiddle around with the mod tool, so I love that a lot. Halo 2, I didn't play. My grandma had like an original Xbox just for like us grandkids to play, and so I played the Halo 2 campaign maybe like the first 3 missions. Like I don't even think we got to the Arbiter part. It's like just like the first mission or 2. I played in like split screen co-op. So a lot of my memories of Halo 2 are just that first fight, you know, a couple times here or there on like holidays or whatever. So I missed out on Halo 2, and I'm a little sad for that because like that was like such like peak original online experience for so many people. I think I really like the idea, like the kind of ethereal, fleeting feeling of Halo 2's online. Anyways, the fantasy of it. So Halo 3 is the one I played online a bunch as a kid. I played it to death. What's funny is that going back, I realized I never actually beat it as a kid by myself. I never beat the whole campaign solo. Like that's how bad I was as a kid. And I never used the battle rifle. I always used the assault rifle, which again is hilarious now. So, I mostly played like custom games and like Action Sack and co-op campaign. So I played that to death. So I do like Halo 3 a lot. That's tentatively my answer. ODST I got super excited for as a kid, and I played that and I beat that campaign. I played a lot of Firefight, but you know, like it doesn't have a multiplayer. So and it's kind of expansion pack, kind of not. I do like ODST. Reach I got super excited for. Played some of it as a kid, but not quite as much as 3. I don't know. I'm torn on Reach because I feel like my problem with Reach is that it just turns into like just DMR pinging. And also I'm not like an anti-sprint or anti-change person, but the armor abilities feel like a compromise between like classic Halo and modern Halo, and I actually don't like it. I'd rather, like when I play Reach, I feel like I'd rather be playing 3 or be playing 4, 5. Halo 4, I like the ideas of the plot, but I don't like the levels. I feel like they're all really generic and forgettable. But I like the idea of exploring Master Chief and Cortana's characters more in depth. But then I like the multiplayer reasonably well. I think Halo 4 gets real dunked on, but I like it reasonably. And then 5, I loathe the single player, or the campaign. I abhor it. And I like the multiplayer pretty well, but like rec packs are so stupid. So I feel like there's a lot of wasted potential there. So total package, probably 3. I like 3's campaign a lot. I feel like pound for pound, 3 has a lot of the best moments, the best levels, the best vehicle sections, the best cutscenes. Like it's peak. It's the same thing I say with Pokemon. My favorite Pokemon is Pokemon Black, Pokemon White, because it's the peak original formula. Pokemon Black White is like the most advanced that original Pokemon gets before it becomes XY Sun Moon Sword Shield kind of baby mode. I feel like, which is not that I don't like XY Sun Moon Sword Shield. Well, I haven't played Sword Shield, but like it's a different type of thing. And Halo 3 is the same way. Well, and also the original creators. Black White was the last one Matsuda worked on, one of the original guys. And obviously Halo 3. I mean, I do really like Reach's campaign. I think Reach has the best campaign. I think Reach has ODST's campaign is pretty. I do really like ODST's campaign. Fun fact, if you have 3 or 4 players split screen and you want to play campaigns, you have to start with 3. You can do 3 ODST and Reach. And 4, I guess, but you can't do 1 or 2. Halo 1, as much as I love it, like, some of those levels are identical to each other. You do a lot of backtracking. There's a lot of samey hallways. And the multiplayer of 1 is, I don't want to say miserable, but it's not the same type of thing as the other ones. You're not, like, it's not an online first multiplayer. So, like, I don't know, you may have noticed that I don't queue up for 1. I don't queue up for Reach, either. I do like a lot about Reach. I like that it's got firefight matchmaking. Well, I don't know if it did back in the... I don't think it did back in the day. I looked, they all have firefight matchmaking now. Really, I mean, my favorite Halo is the Master Chief Collection. Yeah, whatever, shut up. Okay, we're gonna get some good stuff here. Wow, this really turned into a smorgasbord of death. Oh, can we get him? We got him! Wow, look at that. Okay, so yeah, 3. The thing with 3 though is that I really like the multiplayer. I'm playing it right now. I like equipment more than I like armor abilities, and I'm not I'm not a change purist or a sprint purist. I like that Halo 4 is sprint. I don't mind it. I mean, obviously you have to change the maps and whatever. And there's pros and cons. I can go either way. If you told me right now that Halo Infinite, they're like, we've gone back and decided we think it's best for it to not have sprint, I'd go, okay, sure, whatever. I'm sure you're going to design it around that. It's going to be fine. Or vice versa, or whatever. If you're like... And, like, I don't think, like, if you were like, we updated Halo 3, Season 8 of MCC has updated Halo 3 to have sprint. Be like, well, I don't know about that, because I don't know if the maps are designed for that. I don't know that's going to handle that. But that might be an interesting limited time mode or whatever. Custom mode. Okay, there's 2 people around there, I think, so I'm going to throw grenades and then back off. Oh, my dog is sad. So, I like Halo 3's multiplayer. I like dual wielding. I think it's fun. I mean, although, again, though, like, I'm not, like, sad that Infinite doesn't have dual wielding. I think Halo 3 is a lot of my favorite maps. I think it excels in both arena and big team battle. I mean, it doesn't have firefight, but I don't play that much firefight. Especially, like, as an adult. Like, I don't have time for that. As a kid, it's like, you kidding me? Hours of endless PvE content is what I've been dreaming of. As an adult, I'm like, I want it to have a plot. I usually play Reacher 3. If I play 3, it's comp. Reach is my fave, but the other Halos I just get bored on. Back then I was in love, but now it's not the same. I know that feeling, brother. Hold on, I gotta help my... Well, I guess I'm in the middle of a match, but I gotta help my dog out. My dog likes to be under a blanket, but she has trouble getting herself under a blanket. But then also, independently of that, she like, a nice spawn headshot. Oh yeah, assassination. Wow, triple kill! Thank you, Doggo. You should intervene more often. Doggo likes to be under a blanket, but also Doggo likes to constantly go in and out of the bedroom when the door is locked. If she's outside, she'll want in. If she's inside, she'll want out. So I wasn't sure which one of those things she wanted, but she seems to have accepted the blanket dutifully. Oh, okay, we got people. Okay, make sure I didn't miss it. So yeah, Reacher 3's comp. I do like. I want to give a special shout out to 2 and 2 Anniversary. I do. The dog flipped the, like, door stopper and it made, like, the sprawling noise. It's funny. I do like Halo 2 a lot. I feel like it has a lot of cool moments. I feel like 2, like, you get a lot more of the Arbiter, right? Like, 3 suffers from having to wrap up a lot of loose ends. And also, I never knew what the plot of 3 was as a kid because I didn't play 2. So, I was like... I didn't know who the Gravemind was, or what the Arbiter was, or what the Prophets were. Because I went straight from 1 to 3, and I just never had to. And I easily could have played it, like, looking back, I would have gotten hours and hours of enjoyment out of like an $8 used copy of Halo 2 on the 360. Although it does suffer from frame rate issues because of the emulation, but still, whatever. Like that, and I could have played it online. Like they hadn't shut down the servers yet when I was a kid. And it would have been so cheap too, but that was back. Although on the other hand, that was back before the days of everything being available for digital download. I don't know if when Halo 2 got added to like downloadable games. I remember that being a big deal, being able to download retail games. Now it's like, what do you? Can you imagine if there was a physical only game release in 2021? That would be insane. Like, I mean, obviously there's like that Mario 35 that was a limited thing, but like, and people went nuts for it, but that wasn't even physical only. So I do like 2, and I like the 2 anniversary I definitely like the 2 anniversary remaster more than the 1 remaster. My least favorite Halo game is Halo 1 Anniversary, because it's just a map pack for Reach and a bad graphical overhaul. Like, I almost exclusively play on the original graphics when I play through Halo 1's campaign again. Although I don't like to play through Halo 1's campaign. As a kid, I loved Halo 1's campaign, but now I find it just a little bit monotonous. Well, especially I did try to do a legendary playthrough, and that was maybe a bad idea. I got maybe halfway through, and I just couldn't take it anymore. Doggo, are you good? Do you want under the blanket? Do you want out? Okay, she's fine. She's good. She's good. And I do really like. I guess in my heart of hearts, my favorite Halo game is Halo 2 Anniversary. Asterisk. I really like how it feels. I like how it looks. I feel like it's like if Halo Infinite should try to be like that, where it looks and feels good, hit markers, medals, graphics, but feeling exactly like Halo 2, but with more things added in. But it's only like 4 maps. That's the one that needs new maps the most out of all of them, especially since you can only get, I think it's 6 maps, but you can only, like Coagulation, or I don't know if they gave it like a new name when they remade it for 2 Anniversary, I can't recall, but like the Blood Gulch, you can only get in Big Team Battle, which means like, if you play Big Team Battle, it's basically Blood Gulch and like the one other, the Quarry or whatever. But then if you play normal, you can't get any of the Big Team Battle maps. So like it further even makes it feel like it is a cramped small game with the same couple maps over and over. So that really could use some love, or at least some like new official Forge maps. Like I would not mind a playlist that was like 100% Halo 2 Anniversary, but was like 17 of the best Forge maps, because it's got Forge. So it seems weird that they don't try to leverage it more. And they do a little bit. There's a couple Forge maps, but they don't like introduce new ones. So, of course, 2 Anniversary is weird though, because then the Halo, the campaign of 2 Anniversary, such as it is just a graphical overhaul of Halo 2. Asterisk, it's a way better graphical overhaul than 1's, and there's clearly more love went into it. It's newer, so it looks a lot better, but also it's just trying to be more accurate. And I love the updated sound. It's still mixed a little weird, but I love being able to hear all the music super loud, and the remixes, it's great. That was definitely what surprised me the most about the Master Chief Collection, was I didn't think Halo 2 would hold up as well as it did. For me, as someone who, I kind of like the whole shebang. Or, I guess I should say, I casually enjoy all the components. I'm not a speedrunner, I'm not a competitive multiplayer gamer, but I like playing the multiplayer at a decent level sometimes. This isn't a red letter match for me. But I also like playing the campaigns on normal. Sometimes heroic if I'm feeling frisky. Okay, here we go. Let's see if we can do something in there. That guy's a shotgun, and he keeps using it to kill me. Imagine the timeline where Halo Reach Invasion really takes off and became like the norm, and Halo 4 also had Invasion. I want to live in that world. Not even that I like Halo Reach Invasion that much, but I think there could have been a lot more done with the concept. maybe we'll see something like that in Infinite. I have a lot of hopes for Infinite. I have a lot of faith in Infinite. I have faith that Infinite will get better over time, even if it disappoints at launch. I feel like 343 really... Like, Halo 4 and 5 aren't all bad. I'm not, like, some kind of 343 fanboy. I don't like a lot of things about 4 and 5, especially the single players. But... Well, and also the entire microtransaction and their broad approach. Like, I don't like them trying to Call of Duty-atize 4, and I don't like them trying to esports microtransaction 5. But how much of that was them, how much of that was Microsoft saying, we want Halo to have microtransactions? I don't know. But I feel like they've really proven with the Master Chief Collection that, like, they can listen to users, and they can be passionate about Halo, and they can understand what people like. You know, like, they didn't have to add the toggle to turn off the new Halo Online armors. But they did, like, because people asked for that. Like, do you think in a million years they wanted to let people opt out of the thing they worked hard to put into the game? Or at least worked. I don't know how hard it is to port Halo Online armors. But, like, do you think they would ever be like, we're putting new stuff in here. We should make sure people don't have to look at it. Of course they would never think of that, or want to do that. They did it anyways, because people asked for it. Not even, like, everybody, but just enough people. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's... you know, you can't just always listen to every fan ever, but it's a good start if you're willing to really take that kind of feedback. And I think they've grown a lot as a studio, and I hope that my dream, before they even showed any gameplay, I said that my dream for Halo Infinite was that they would have spent so much time porting Master Chief Collection to PC, tuning up Reach, adjusting these games, adding content, going over the patching and whatever, that they would have gotten an understanding of Halo like we have, where it was really fun to be a PC gamer and to be like, okay, I'm going to play Reach. Reach is going to come out, and I'm going to play it, and then one's going to come out and play it. And we're all collectively, as a community, players and developers, we went through it. We went through and spent several months on each Halo game. And, you know, I mean, obviously Xbox players have had these for years, and for them it came out all at once. But I feel like even them, like new stuff was getting added to these games one at a time, several months apart. And we all, the players and the developers both, we journeyed through the whole series together. And my big dream for Infinite, before they even showed gameplay, was that it would reflect that. And that it would be a living tribute to Halo, that it would be a best of greatest hits compilation, but while synthesizing and adding new, respecting everything. And that's exactly what it looks like so far. You know, obviously I can't say because we don't have it yet, but like it looks, I mean, obviously originally they tried to emulate the art style of Halo 1 a little too much, and people were upset about that. But like clearly it's trying to be inspired by Halo 1 by having that sense of discovery and newness and mystery. Obviously, like Halo 2, it's trying to have the weapon drop pods. I guess that's the main thing it borrows from 2. It clearly has the equipment system from 3. It's got, it's got like the customization from Reach, I guess you could say. I don't know if they've said if it'll have Firefight or not. But then, of course, it has sprinting and the general newness of 4 and 5. And that's really promising for me. That's what I want from a Halo game. Because I feel like Halo is a lot of things. And I remember when they first, before we had a lot of footage, when they were just first talking about it, or people were, I think it was a leak talking about it. They said, this is going to be the ultimate Halo. It's going to deliberately be designed to accommodate a lot of different things. And it seems like that's fairly accurate. That leak that I saw like a year and a half ago or whatever. Oof. I'm not having a great match. I'm leading the team. Oh, that's fun. That's funny. So, I have high hopes for Infinite. I think it might come out and people are going to be like, obviously, where's Fortune? Where's co-op campaign? but also where's this playlist or that playlist or this feature. And my hope is that 343 is going to be like, look, we get it, we hear you, whatever. I really have been impressed and pleased by their updates, their transmissions, their communications with the community. Like it feels like they're super transparent. Like I really like that they're like. Any thoughts on season 8? I'm trying to remember what all's in season. God, there's so many things in season 8. That's what's crazy. That, like Infant's coming out, and there's still so much coming to MCC. I'm looking up the Mythic. So yet another Halo 3 map from online. Excellent. 18 new armor permutations for Halo 3. That's excellent. New campaign collectibles. I guess, is that going to be like when they updated Halo 2 to have the terminals referencing Halo 5? I do hate that about the Halo 2 Anniversary Remaster, is that you start the game up with John Locke. Ugh. Or is that the... Wait, is John Locke the name of the Lost character or the name of the Halo character? Or the name of the philosopher? Lost. What is Locke's name in Halo? Jameson Locke. Alright. You know, Luke Cage. It just says Halo season 8 is supposed to have ODST Final Flood. That's right. A flood and firefight for ODST. That's exciting. Yeah, I wonder if Flood are going to be in Infinite. I mean, obviously they haven't shown that yet. Halo Reach Firefight update to include voice previews, more granular body type and voice. Oh, I think that means you can like set your male-female body type and male-female voice separately. New helmets, all the same as the suits listed above for Halo 3. Oh, okay, cool. Halo 3 just says, oh, new weapon and vehicle skins. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Custom game browser for Combat Evolved and Halo 3. That's good for people. Campaign customization for Combat Evolved and Halo 3 to allow vehicle and weapon skins on campaign. That's exciting. That's a small detail, but that makes it feel way more valuable. That you can take it into like all the sides game. I love that they added weapon and vehicle skins. I just think that's so neat. It's obviously not that technically impressive, but it's such a... I think it's so great. It's so fun to see these old games have new things put in them. Flood Firefight's cool, but I'm not going to play that a ton. I don't play a ton of Firefight. But I think it's neat that like the ODST... I think it's cool with the animated nameplates. Yeah, I do like the animated nameplates. Combat Evolved's getting the classic HUD, but with 4K support, which is awesome. And performance improvements in campaign on Combat Evolved Anniversary. I've noticed that Combat Evolved Anniversary seems like it frame dips way more than it should. So that's good. Do we already have a guy quit? Yeah, but on the enemy team. Haha. Suckers. New campaign collectors. I wonder what the new campaign collectors are. Surely they're terminals. Like Halo 3 already had terminals. That's exciting, though. I like the idea that they're probably only going to be about Zeta Halo, surely. I'm a sucker for that crap, though. Yeah, I love Halo 2 soundtrack. Halo 2 easily is my favorite soundtrack of the bunch. Halo 3 hits a lot harder. All Halos have terminals? They didn't all... Not originally. Like, Halo 1 had terminals added in Anniversary, and then Halo 2 had... And then they were like... I can't remember what the terminals in Halo 1 talk about. But I know specifically that Halo 2 had terminals added to talk about Halo 5 and they're like the tease. It was on OG Xbox. Alright, I'm gonna look this up because now I don't know. I'm not actually that knowledgeable on Halo, so like I could easily be wrong here. Terminals are found. So their first appearance. Okay, according to the Halo Wiki, their first appearance is Halo 3, then Combat Evolved Anniversary, then 4, then Halo 2 Anniversary. And then ODST had audio logs, Reach had data pads, and Guardians had mission intel. So we have actually had a proper terminal since Halo 2 Anniversary. Yeah, that's... I mean, obviously, we're getting into semantics here. I'm not trying to shame anybody. But yeah, Halo 1 Anniversary was a 360 title, and I remember owning it back in the day and being like really confused by the lack of multiplayer. Oh, and you know what it has that the Master Chief Collection doesn't, is it had Kinect support, because that was back when every game had Kinect support Kinect support shoehorned in. And in fact, I think the only Halo game with Kinect support might be Halo 1 Anniversary Original 360 release. And so, like, you could just shout reload or grenade or switch weapon or switch graphics, which is so odd because, like, that's not how... It clearly defies any understanding of how people play video games. There is, like, obviously a notable, like, latency between speaking an English word and the game recognizing it and then doing it. And something like something as basic as reloading your gun or throwing a grenade is way too complex for that. It makes sense. The voice commands make sense for things that are too numerous to feature on a controller or that would require you to go into another menu. So it makes sense to have voice controls, most of all for things like play this song. You know, like if you're in a game with a big soundtrack, or even simply you have an Amazon Alexa and you say, play such and such by such and such band. That makes sense because you'd have to type all that out and that's annoying. Yeah, or like just inputting text is something good. Speech recognition is good for. You know, like a strategy game or strategy component of a game. Like I always thought it made some kind of sense to have voice commands for Mass Effect for the squad commands, because normally you'd have to pause the game, select a thing, point out a thing. Saying Garrus go up seems like it makes that intuitively, okay, fine. That's a reasonable feature. But reload, or the best is I remember having my cousin over and we would like take turns playing it, and this was his copy. And we would do a challenge where one of us played the campaign solo while the other just shouted commands. Or I think it might have even been we were playing split screen, but the voice commands only apply to player 1, so player 2 could just shout reload or throw grenade and just force the other player to freak out. Oh man, Kinect. Remember the Xbox One launch and you had to have a Kinect to play anything? And that's why we had a PS4. And it's so funny how quickly they backed off of that, and that seems like ancient history now, but that affected like the lifetime of the console. Did the Xbox One ever end up outselling the PS4? I think I'm thinking of it the other way around, where I think the PS3 ended up outselling the 360 later on in life. Console sales. Time to Google. Right, I'll come back to that when I die. Man, Halo, good times. There's so much stuff to Halo. I remember spending... And although I will say, like, now that I'm an adult, like, I used to spend so much time dorking around in Forge and just taking it at my own pace and experimenting with guns and exploring the maps. And now you would have to pay me to boot up Forge. I thought I could pick up the sword and hit him with it, but he had a shotgun. That's cool, though. Yeah, I would never... when would I ever boot up theater mode? Are you kidding me? If I, like, won... like a tournament or something, like maybe, which would never happen. The only game I play good enough to go to a tournament for is Smash Brothers. So I'm holding out hope that Master Chief is the final Smash Brothers character. I will accept Sora. Sora is my number 2. I will accept Doom Guy. I don't want Doom Guy just because I don't like Doom Eternal. I don't like the platforming. My problem with Doom Eternal is that I literally beat Doom 2016 in preparation for it. Like, literally the day before I was going to be able to play Doom Eternal. And it was so much sillier and looser. But, like the plot is, and the tone is campier than Doom 2016. And the platforming is not in Doom 2016, at least not nearly to that amount. Funny how every article, every review I read compared it to Super Mario Brothers, which I just think is so funny, because there's other platformers. There's other 3D platformers. There are first-person platformers. But I guess you put the name Super Mario Brothers in your review to get the search engine optimization or whatever. Anyways, I didn't like the platforming. And I also didn't like... Doom Eternal was received really well, so by critics and fans alike. So I feel like a crazy person for not being in love with it. And one... Did he like Melee and Time to Parry it? Is that a thing in Halo 3? I feel like that was a thing in Halo 3. Anyways, just saying my piece on Doom Eternal. Like, I feel like... a lot of reviews liked it, and so it was hard to find reviews that disparaged it at all. But one sentiment I did see is that the game, you have such little ammo that you are forced to deeply utilize all of the game's mechanics the entire time, constantly. You constantly have to use your blood punch and your flame belch and your arm rocket and your melee and your sword and your crucible and your etc. You have to constantly be in go mode. And Doom 2016 isn't necessarily an easier game, but it is less often putting you in these kind of balls to the wall, all out fights to the death that Doom Eternal constantly is. Doom Eternal is nothing but, here's an arena, fight for your life. And there's something kind of commendable about that, of course. That it kind of knows what it's doing and delivers on it. But the point is that it's different. It is very different from Doom 2016, and I prefer Doom 2016. I was hoping for a more serious game with more of a plot. Spoilers for Doom 2016, but when you get to the end, this character gives a big evil monologue to you, and it's kind of a cliffhanger ending, and I was ready to come into Doom Eternal and get revenge on that character, and instead... You kind of work with him, and there's some fun moments in Doom Eternal, but it almost feels like campy or like slapsticky. Like, I really like the brief moments of levity in Doom 2016 where like Doom Guy will like turn off a communication device when somebody's trying to talk to you, or he'll smash a door instead of typing in a keypad. I think that's really endearing when it's occasional, but it feels like Doom Eternal is just trying to beat you over the head with like cute stuff in the hub world. I don't know. But I'm apparently the only person that didn't like Doom Eternal. Oh, anyways, console. I was going to look at console sales because I'm trying to remember. Okay, so the PS4 crushed the Xbox One. It was 116 million to 51 million. Just crushed. God, I'm always getting kicked for idling. Can I play another match? I can maybe play one more match. It's 11:20 where I'm at, and I want to be in bed before midnight. Okay, and then PS3 and 3. You have the PS3 and Xbox 360 are right by each other. They're almost identical. PS3 sold 87 million, Xbox 360 sold 84 million. So that's really close. The PSP outsold the 3DS? That's crazy. But the DS is the second best selling. The DS and the PS2 are almost identical at 155 million and 154 million, respectively. Oh, that's funny. We got the same map, but in Halo 2. That's fun. I like Halo 2. I feel like Halo 2 feels really good. Like, I'm not a nostalgia person. Like, I hate old stuff if it doesn't age well. Like, I feel like Halo 2 just feels good. I will say, I don't care about graphics. I only care about feel. Well, I don't want to say I don't care about graphics, but like, I can overlook raw graphical fidelity, especially if a game feels good. I like the Halo 2 reload animations, just like it in general. I just like Halo 2, which is weird because like I never played as a kid, so it's completely new and foreign to me. Playing Halo 2 to me in 2021 is almost like vaporwave or something. Like it's like playing the ghost of a game I never got to play, or like from an alternate timeline. Because I just lived in my own little bubble world where Halo 2 didn't exist. Unlike the rest of God's Green Earth, where Halo 2 is this, monster success. And part of that is just I didn't have an original Xbox, of course. And it's so funny how many of us are deprived of these gaming experiences because we just don't have the console. Which I think is a real shame. I think there's really, really cool genre-defining games on all three platforms, going all the way back to the beginning of time. And I think it sucks that not everybody gets to play every game. I'm glad that as time goes on, we have less and less exclusives. I think that's good. As time goes on, different versions of the same game get more and more similar. It used to be that, like, like the PS2 version of Sonic Heroes is like by and large the worst version, even though it's the same levels, and the same everything. And then you get stuff like Sonic Unleashed is a completely different game on... Can we backstab him? No. We cannot backstab him. Almost, but not quite. Sonic Unleashed is a completely different game on Wii and PS2 compared to 360 and PS3. I mean, it's a lot of the same content, but it's like... You almost like aren't even talking about the same game. And now it's bizarre to think of two versions of a game being different. The closest you get is like mobile versions of game, which the Switch basically is. And, you know, Switch versions of games are frequently worse or compromised or whatever. Oh, it's almost kind of adorable when the Switch gets a game like Doom or Wolfenstein or Mortal Kombat 11. I've become a little harder on Nintendo lately. I've kind of actually gotten into 3DS hacking and Wii U hacking. Nothing illegal. I've never committed a crime ever. But like it's kind of made me realize, like, I don't know, just Nintendo, like, what is Nintendo doing? Or at least to like challenge, to think about them critically, I guess you could say. And you look at a lot of the things with the Wii U, and the things with Switch, and I don't know, whatever. I don't know if I have like a super strong thesis statement that's like going to make you radically change the way you think about Nintendo, but it's more just I'm in a phase in my life where I'm thinking about it. I find myself playing that old Wii U more often than I play the Switch. Partially because like Switch games are expensive. You can get Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze digitally on Wii U for $19.99. Still, like, the servers are still up. But on Switch, it's $60, and all it adds is Funky Kong. And it might be like a slightly higher resolution or something. I mean, obviously, also you have the right to play it on a Switch, which is a better console, but whatever. Halo DS was supposed to happen. That's fun. That's a fun fact. Which makes sense when you can. It seems less far-fetched when you consider that Viva Pinata did release on the 360. Or, duh, it did release on the DS. There was a Viva Pinata game for DS. I think, right? Am I crazy? Check it out. Viva Pinata DS. Yeah, Pocket Paradise. There wasn't not for PSP though. I've become fascinated by the PSP lately. Just kind of similar to the PSP and the PS Vita as well, and to a degree the PS1. Just like, and to a degree the PS2, and to a degree the PS3. Because just like Halo 2, I just didn't have those things back in the day. And the PS4 got a lot of those like greatest hits, so to speak. But like, for example, the PS4 never got the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which I think is a dang shame, because it's a really cool package of game. And you can play it on 360 or Xbox One or even Series X, so I don't have an excuse to not play it. I guess because I played those games on through other means. Like, that's a really cool game. Or God of War 1 and 2, you can play on PS2 originally, if you have physical copies of them. You can play a HD remaster for PS3 made by Bluepoint, who does all kinds of HD remasters, for Sony in particular. You can play them on Vita as part of that same HD collection, which was ported just with its same name to Vita in 2014. I talked about this on the stream last night, not that anybody cares, but I'm fascinated that you cannot play God of War 1 or 2 on a PS4 or 5, except through PS Now. Yeah, I guess the PS4 and 5's library is a lot more impressive or backlog, I should say, back catalog, is a lot more impressive if you consider PS Now to be a legitimate way to play video games. And I don't. I don't consider it. A, because it's cloud gaming, and B, because it's subscription-based, exclusively. Game Pass, which is funny, because like, I love Game Pass. I think Game Pass is great, but PS Now, the fact that you don't download them, like, it's too many layers removed. If I could, what I would like is, I don't know what I would like. Not cloud gaming. yes, realistically. World's not ready, clearly, for cloud gaming. Do I have more water? I do. Excellent. So anyways, like, I really have a Hades is maybe my favorite game of all time. I've been playing a lot of it lately. But I really wanted to, or replaying it, but I really want to play God of War 1 and 2. Well, I want to play the whole series through. But I don't know how to do that. Like, if you want to play through the whole God of War series, easily the best way to do that is to have a PS3, and you can just buy a collection. That's all of them. They ported the 2 PSP games to PS3, and then you can just, and then they have the remaster of 1 and 2, and then there's 3 in Ascension, which released natively in the PS3. And, I mean, obviously, I know Ascension's, like, not awesome. It's a prequel. It has a multiplayer. Oh, God, I wish I could have played that. That's clearly shut down now, but that's fascinating to even try to conceive of what God of War multiplayer looks like. Like, big ol'... Because that was back in the era, right? Like, the late 2000s, early 2010s, where, like, every game was shoehorning in multiplayer. And now Sony's so good about that. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima got a multiplayer shoehorned in, but like, people seem to. I shouldn't say shoehorned because people seem to like it and it's good. My understanding. I haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, but like games like Spider-Man and Last of Us Part 2 and the 2018's God of War don't have any kind of multiplayer shoehorned in. Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West. Last of Us 1 did have a multiplayer though, and I actually quite liked it. You know what? And Uncharted 4 had a multiplayer component that seems silly now. I remember you could buy the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection to get beta access to the Uncharted 4 multiplayer beta, which is like the kind of crap that like they used to do with like Halo. I remember if you bought ODST, you got to play the Reach beta early, and I did that, and I played that beta, and it was a lot of Invasion, and it was awesome. And I remember thinking like, wow, I can't wait to play all the new Invasion maps when the game comes out, and then there weren't any. Spire, I think the beta definitely had Boneyard and might have had Spire, and like that's it. Or at least that was it until the DLC came out. And even then, DLC had like 1 or 2. And also cost some money. Yo, we got a nice grenade kill. That's sweet. Wow, I've been playing Halo for like 30 minutes. That's the first time I've noticed I've been playing Halo. No, I've commented a couple times on it. I'm doing great. But it's just funny to think of God of War Ascension having multiplayer that cracks me up. And I would have loved... I guess I should look up footage of that sometime, because obviously I can't play that now. And, like, obviously, like, nobody's, like, running private servers. That's what makes me sad, is not the popular games, because the popular games will get preserved. Like, anything that anybody really was, like, had huge player counts will get remastered, or get fan servers, or whatever. People are still playing TF2 on console, somehow, through fan servers and hacks. But it's the unpopular games that really get me. Like, you know, I can't even name off the top of my head. Or, like, I was looking yesterday, like, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I guess that's an example of a game that's maybe popular enough for somebody to try to... Yo, Shock the Hawk followed! Okay, thank you. That's very kind of you. I will follow you back, sir. I think that's what's couth. PlayStation's All-Star Battle Royale is just a whole can of worms to get into, because it's got such a crazy lineup of characters that ended up going nowhere, like Fat Princess, and a character from Starhawk, you know, the sci-fi version of Warhawk, you know, the PlayStation exclusive multiplayer only, combined arms, like, Battlefield-esque game. Like, no? What are you talking about? Or like Cole McGrath, who I guess was a icon for the PlayStation at some point. And I feel like Insomniac themselves is kind of an icon for the PlayStation with their, you know, with their Spider-Man game and their other things. But like Cole McGrath didn't even end up being in the next one. And there's 2 versions of him, the good and the evil version, and that just seems fun. I know Infamous is like an important game. It was fun at the time. So, and again, maybe this is because I was a 360 gamer, so all the PS3 games seem like they're from like a Monty Python skit or something. Like they're not real. you know, like what Fat Princess was a real game? Are you kidding me? There were 2 of them. There was a PSP one called like Fat Princess Party or like Super Fat Princess or something like that. You know, that game where you played as a knight and it was a multiplayer, basically MOBA, I think, where the idea was to gather cake and feed it to your princess until she was big and fat. You remember that game? I remember that was like one of the only female characters in PlayStation All-Star. Pisabasur, and not a great example. Oh, speaking of female characters, Pisabasur, the protagonist of Heavenly Sword was in it. And like, was that a real game? Like, did I... like, did anyone play Heavenly Sword? I'd be curious. I need to... well, you know what I need to do is I need to, like, find some, like, real PS3, people who had PS3s back in the day and, like, were into it and followed it and, like, had the newsletter or whatever, and be like, how much do you remember about Mod Nation Racers? Like, is that... like, is anyone still playing these? And I mean, I guess that, like, the 360 had all kinds of exclusive things that I don't remember. They're just not immortalized in a Smash Brothers ripoff. Or, not even ripoff. I think there's room in the genre for more than just Smash Brothers. See Rivals of Aether. But I think Rivals of Aether is the only one that's worth a darn. Maybe Smash Flash 2. Although, again, that's even more of a derivative work. Is Rivals of Aether the only other good action platform fighter? Power Stone is good and is a similar thing. I haven't played it, but I hear it's good. And then Brawlhalla. I don't believe that Brawlhalla is a good video game. I don't like Brawlhalla. That's my spicy take. But at the very least, you know what? I should say I don't like playing Brawlhalla. It doesn't do it for me. Remember when Kratos was in Mortal Kombat? Just think about that for a moment. Just reflect on that quietly. Remember? Remember that? When Kratos was in Mortal Kombat? I saw like one of those crappy Facebook memes on Reddit the other day that was like, it was like 9 of the most popular video game characters circa like 2010. And it was like, you have to pick 2 of these to defend you, and the other 8 will try to kill you. Those have been going around a lot lately. Is it like summer Reddit? Like, why is Reddit terrible right now? Has Reddit always been terrible? Am I getting older? See, it seems like there's a lot of, like, say your favorite game, and I'll try to guess how old you are, whatever, posts times a million. And, like, that doesn't do anything for me, Scrolly McGee, who just lurks. But in any case, 2 of the characters on the gaming list were Kratos and Scorpion, so I wanted to point out, and nobody else would have, or nobody else did in the comment thread that I read through, that, like, those are the only 2 that have, because these were all, you know, it was like Hitman and Master Chief and CJ from San Andreas. So I wanted to point out that Scorpion and Kratos have actually worked together in a business, in a video game before, technically. Although, obviously, I think Kratos isn't, like, canonically, you know, like what I guess Master Chief and Kratos have worked together because of Fortnite. Like, obviously, Fortnite's not canon to anything. Or is it? Actually, they have comic books. I don't know anymore. I don't understand the Fortnite lore. I play a lot of Fortnite because my parents like to watch me play Fortnite, not because it's my favorite game. I mean, I like it alright, but it's where, in any case, I still don't understand fully the lore behind Fortnite. Okay, I gotta take a drink. I've been talking a lot. So yeah, I got the 3DS, I got the Wii U, they're both hacked. They're both great systems to hack and have because they can play a huge backlog of games natively, and then even more if you put in some elbow grease. As long as you don't ever do a crime, ever. Nintendo will kill you. But the other trifecta of that is the Vita, which can play PSP and PS Vita and PS1 games, even without messing around with anything. And compared to the 3DS, it is much more powerful, and like you could more easily play, how should we say, Nintendo 64 games that you legally own and have ripped a ROM of that you already paid for and paid Mr. Nintendo for. I think that's legal, right? If you own it. Not that I would ever do that. So in any case, I need a Vita to complete my collection of ultimate hacker consoles. They're also, because it's like a mix of like all three of those consoles. Well, first off, they cover different things. I mean, the 3DS and the Wii U are a bit superfluous with each other, especially because so even natively, almost every Wii U game has a 3DS version. Mario Kart, Donkey Kong Country, Mario 3D Land / World, Yoshi, like almost everything the Wii U, Kirby, Epic, whatever. Almost every big. I mean, I know that's a Wii game, but still, like almost every big Wii U game has a counterpart on the 3DS, except for like. I mean, obviously, like the Platinum games, like Bayonetta and Wonderful 101, don't. Obviously, I was going to say Xenoblade Chronicles X, but Xenoblade Chronicles 1 is on new 3DS. Binding of Isaac Rebirth came out on both, which I only mention because that's an important game to me personally. Although now Hades' best friendship ended with Binding of Isaac. Now Hades is my best friend. It's 11:37. I'm gonna keep going because I feel like I'm on a really hot roll with talking about this. I want to finish my train of thought. Wii U games that have, or like a lot of 3DS games, there is no equivalent on Wii U, and you're better off with a 3DS if you like Animal Crossing or Fire Emblem, for example. Like the 3DS Animal Crossing is probably still the best, and the 3DS Fire Emblems, there's 3 of them, and even the third one's pretty good. Squabbles about DLC for Fates aside, like those are 3 excellent Fire Emblems, and 3 Houses is good, but I'd almost argue that you're better off if money's not an issue and you can only have a 3DS or a Switch, and all you want to do is play Fire Emblem. You're clearly better off on the 3DS. Content-wise, I mean, 3 Houses is a lot easier to get into. It arguably spoils you, and it's almost too accessible if you are trying to play the whole series. But I do really like 3 Houses. I really enjoy my time with 3 Houses. What are the other big Wii U games?
Kill the enemy.
Oh god, am I gonna have to bust out a list of Wii U games? Captain Toad Treasure Tracker came out on 3DS, which is crazy because like that wasn't. Well, let's dual wield. I know we're not supposed to, but it's funny. It's just funny. 2 Anniversary, my favorite. I do really like 2 Anniversary, and I like there's an assault rifle in it. I know that's like heresy, but I like that there's an assault rifle in Halo 2 Anniversary. Hey, we did it. And I abandoned my dual wield fairly quickly. Wii U games. God, I'm trying to remember. Oh, Smash. Okay, Smash is the last big one I think I was not mentioning, which of course came out first on 3DS. Double kill. That's right. I thought I could maybe get around the corner and shoot with the sniper rifle, but I didn't. So, anyways, obviously the big difference between the Wii U and the 3DS is that one is a console and one is a handheld, so they don't overlap that much. Even though, like, golly, I don't think the Wii U can emulate much more than a 3DS can, which is kind of sad. Even an old 3DS, they don't tell you this, but can run SNES games competently, as long as it's not Yoshi's Island. And I would wager that even a new 3DS struggles with Yoshi's Island, although I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, the Virtual Console would have you believing that the 3DS can do Game Boy and Game Boy Color, while the Wii U can do SNES and Nintendo 64. And I mean, that is true. And I will say that the Virtual Console Nintendo 64 and Wii U is excellent, and is, like, actually sometimes the best way to play these Nintendo 64 games. Sometimes. Well, like, stuff like Pokemon Snap I've struggled with on, like, PC emulators. Ripped from my real physical copy of Pokemon Snap that I own and paid, that I didn't even buy used, bought directly from Nintendo for $100. And, like, it runs great on Wii U. Although all the colors are muddied on Nintendo 64 emulation on the Wii U, I guess to prevent seizures as a blanket approach, because some of those games had photosensitivity issues. But it's kind of lame that everything looks a little bit dark. Like, even like Mario 64, which is double weird because the Wii itself, which is, there is one inside the Wii U at all times, doesn't have that problem and can also run N64 games. And even the GameCube can run an emulated copy of Ocarina. And I don't mean like fan emulator. I mean officially. The Legend of Zelda bonus disc has Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time Master Quest, which was never before released at the time, emulated on or playable on GameCube via official emulator. And they run a little choppy sometimes, but like still, that's pretty. I think that's impressive. So yeah, obviously you can't run Nintendo 64 games, not a DS. I don't know about a new 3DS. I have an old 3DS. Maybe new 3DSs have more going on. But in any case, if you wanted to, if you want to play like other Nintendo 64 games that aren't supported or aren't sold in the Wii U shop on a Wii U, the best way to do that is to inject them into existing. Nice. No, is it? Okay, here we go. Here we don't go. Anyways, the best way to play Nintendo 64, like if you have an arbitrary Nintendo 64 game that you want to play on Wii U, the best way to play it is to like swap it out, is to hack and swap it out for an officially sold one, or ones that they actually like have in the shop, like replace Mario 64 with Banjo-Kazooie is the best way to play Banjo-Kazooie on a Wii U, or it's etc. I don't know what it doesn't matter which one. But like, as opposed to like just running an emulator, like an NES or SNES game, you just run an emulator, whatever, it's fine. But like Nintendo's official emulator is actually pretty good, which I mean, makes a certain amount of sense. But what I'm getting at is that's why I want a PS Vita. Is if I wanted to play Pokemon Snap on a handheld, that would work a lot better on a Vita. I mean, I guess I could. I think they experimentally have like. 3DS, N64 emulators on 3DS, and I think on new 3DS it's much more of a possibility, but... Oh, come back, don't insult me like that. Come on, don't do me dirty. Here we go. Is there... I don't think there's assassination animations in 2 Anniversary. I mean, they could have, and it's based on Halo 4's engine, but... So, yeah, I want a Vita, complete the trifecta. And also... Vita is perfect paired with either 3DS or Wii U because it like perfectly complements it. Like being able to play natively PS1, PSP, PS Vita games and then emulate N64 like fills out like it fills out your collection really nicely. Especially if you're willing to put in the extra legwork to open up new possibilities. But what's great about all 3 of those consoles is that like you can any console can be modded, right? Like, or hacked, or made to do things that maybe wasn't originally intended for, and have its possibilities expanded, let's say. But older consoles, you have to put in more elbow grease because they don't have the capabilities. Like, modding an original Xbox looks hard. That's one thing that's attractive, I know, about the Dreamcast, is that it's relatively easy to do that stuff with because it was a forward-leaning internet accessing console. So it also had but before they were thinking about piracy or hacking or anything, so there's like no safeguards in place, which makes it a really convenient console. And I mean, I think that's why they some people still will use Kickstarter to make Dreamcast games. Like Volgar the Viking was that indie game that came out on Dreamcast because who's going to stop them? Although I do hear that a Game Boy Advance game just got kickstarted, which is adorable. I mean, obviously not with Nintendo's support, but I'm surprised they haven't DMCA'd it already. So unlike something like the original Xbox, it is nice that you can just plug in an SD card to a Wii U or PS Vita /P or 3DS and use that to work your magic. But then on the other hand, something like a PS4 or X, the main Sony and Microsoft home consoles have more tighter restrictions and tighter things going on, tighter security and whatever, or the Switch. And so those are harder to finagle with. Like, I've looked into Switch hacking, and you have to mess with the circuitry. And not a lot, just a little. You just have to like you manually have to like set a pin on the circuit board. And like people have ways to do that, but like, and then even then, you have to launch it every time you boot the thing. Like, I'm not about that. I have a Switch, and I'm never hacking it, because that is just so inconvenient. I'm sorry, I'm checking my phone. Okay. I keep joking that I'll stop checking my phone at 5 viewers. That's still the case. 5 viewers. Chop chop. Let's make it happen. What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So yeah, I almost envision myself like as dorky as this sounds, like Thanos with the Infinity Gauntlet, like sticks slotting in the Power Stones, the Infinity Gems, what have you. But it's 3DS, Wii U, and Vita all hacked. And only got one left before I can finally play every video game ever made. I'm excited that PS3 emulation is coming along. That's really exciting, because I never got to play any of those. And it kind of scares me, because, like, how are you supposed to get those PS3 games? How are you supposed to... That seems tricky, but... So I'm gonna, yeah, if I ever just decided to dabble with that, I would want to wait a long time when nobody cares about any of those games. For now, I'm happy with official collections of classic games, like the Master Chief Collection. I really wish there was more stuff like this. I really feel like this sets a high standard for what a remaster collection can be. I mean, Halo fanboyism aside, alright, I'm going to chatting because this is the end of the stream, but or it's about to be. Halo fanboyism aside, like, is there a better like collection than the Master Chief Collection? I mean, top remaster collections. Googling it right now. Top 10 best remaster collections according to Google. Excellent. All right, check it out. Final Fantasy X/10-2 HD remaster. Okay, you know what? That's a pretty good one. A lot of them, I feel like JRPGs are really suited to remasters because they're so dense that there's a lot you can fix. And so I do love a good JRPG remaster that with quality of life improvements, and they make the old ones impossible to go back and play. Ratchet and Clank Collection is 3 PS2 Ratchet and Clanks for PS3. Again, never released on PS4, which I think is a real shame. Metal Gear Solid HD Collection is 2, 3, and Peace Walker for 360 and PS3. That's excellent. You know, that is a pretty good one. I'm pretty happy with that. Especially that the PSP game got kind of up-resed and ported. I think is really cool. And it had online support. That's really cool. Icon Shadow of the Colossus for PS3. Again, that's great. Those games are like art, but you can't like play them and play them and play them. Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection, I'm relatively happy with. It doesn't have any of the multiplayer, but it is. I'm really glad they have that, especially so that you can catch up for Uncharted 4, because you kind of need to. I was surprised by how much of the previous, like, Uncharted 4 really wraps up a lot of story stuff. Bioshock: The Collection, that's 1, 2, and Infinite. I guess that counts. That doesn't quite feel like a... Like, those are just ports, right? I don't know, there's something, like, not really remastery, but just straight porty about those. Halo Master Chief Collection, which was originally just 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems wild now that we have Reach and ODST. Although I guess that would have then included, that technically kind of includes 1/1 Anniversary and 2/2 Anniversary. There's a Splinter Cell trilogy for... What consoles is that released for? Because that's a pretty good... Splinter Cell, Pandora Tomorrow, and Chaos Theory, all Splinter Cell games, are 93, 93, and 94 on Metacritic. That's insane. That's a crazy collection. So what did that release for? Was it just PlayStation 3? Just PlayStation 3. That's crazy. See, like, I didn't even know that existed. That's really cool. Only on PS3. Okay, technically the highest Metacritic rated collection of games based on the Metacritic, the average Metacritic of the original games, is the Batman Return to Arkham, which includes Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Oh no, it's tied also with God of War collection, which is God of War 1 and God of War 2. I feel like the Return to Arkham they did less in the remastering than they probably did in the God of War collection. Just because, like, anything 360 onward is already HD. It's like, what are you really cleaning up? Oh no, Metal Gear Solid 5 servers are going offline early next year. Oh, that's sad. I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of my second playthrough. What are you talking about? So... Wow, okay. How do I wrap up everything I talked about? Halo good. We talked about Halo a lot, because that makes sense, because I was playing it. Yeah, I think I stand by Halo 3 is the one I both played the most of and have the most love for, because the multiplayer and the single player are really great. Looking forward to Halo Infinite, and I believe in it. It will eventually be good. I'm fascinated recently with Sony, with kind of just all the Sony games I never got to play, including the PS Vita. I think the PS Vita itself is such an interesting, wonderfully interesting, just tragedy, and just all kinds of just insanity there. And then also maybe I want one to complete my collection with my Wii U and my 3DS, which also are compatible with user-made expansions, let's say. And and also we learned that if I want to play Apex or Modern Warfare, I should boot up a match before I start streaming it. Now I know. That's the kind of thing you learn. And also we had our first ever non-native viewer, which was really cool. Oh, I think Shock the Hawk left like a while ago. Perhaps, because I'm seeing one viewer right now, and I've straight up been talking as if he's been here for like a while. But that's good though. That's practice talking, and that's also this is gonna be on the VOD. Although a lot of the stuff I talked about, I like reiterated from yesterday because I thought, well, Shock the Hawk's here. But what a nice gentleman! That was our very first ever Twitch interaction. So that's really neat. This is not just for you, the VOD viewer. The VOD being video on demand, by which I mean you're watching this after I streamed it, either on Twitch for 14 days after, or more likely on my YouTube channel where I try to re-upload these. My YouTube channel, again, I say as if I'm any kind of real person. Well, anyways, thanks for listening to me talk. I had a lot of fun on this one. I wasn't feeling the Halo at first, but I really got into it. I really enjoyed playing social games and just chatting your ear off and Googling stuff and talking about video games. It was a lot of fun, so... Thanks for tuning in and letting me be me.